Hello everyone, welcome to this video. This is Sherad. Today we are going to break down one of the useful and user-friendly scale on guitar, the pentatonic scale. Recently I did a video about blues guitar, introduction to blues guitar, and in that video I briefly touched the topic of pentatonic scale. So this would be sort of a continuation of that. So if you ever wanted to improvise or play solo with confidence, jam over blues or rock, or even just to understand the fretboard better, then this video is for you. In this video we are going to go through the 5 different positions of minor pentatonic scale, step by step, one at a time, nice and easy. So let's dive in. So what is pentatonic scale? Well, by the name pentatonic. So penta means 5, tonic, tone, of course, notes. So it's a 5-note scale. That's why it's pentatonic scale. So it has 5 notes. There are major and minor pentatonic scale, but they are pretty much the same. They are basically the same. It depends where you start from. So once you learn let's say minor pentatonic scale, you would automatically learn the major pentatonic scale as well. I'll explain to you these things as we move on. Okay, so let's start with our good old A minor pentatonic scale because it's beginner friendly. Of course, then you would want to practice in all different keys, not only A minor. It's kind of common key, A minor. As I said, it's a beginner friendly. So let's go with that. So what do we have? In A minor, of course, the first note is A, and then second note would be C, D, E, and G. Those are the 5 notes of A minor pentatonic scale. A being a root tonic, or 1, C being flat 3rd, and D being 4th, E being 5th, and G being flat 7 or dominant 7. All right, so that's the A minor pentatonic scale. And as I told you before that major and minor, they are basically the same, what I meant by that is, so in A minor scale, instead of starting from A, if you start from C, so C, D, E, G, A, and back to C, this is C major pentatonic scale. So basically, A minor pentatonic scale is same as C major pentatonic scale. So if you learn C major, then you would learn A minor and vice versa. And this is also called relative major and relative minor. Every major chord or key has its relative minor. So how do you find that relative major and relative minor? Basically, if you are in A minor, or let's say any minor key, the second degree of the scale, in this case second degree would be C, right? So C would be A minor's relative major, so second note. In guitar you can also think of it as, okay, A is here, then you move 3 frets away, then you will find the relative major. And similarly, if you have a major note, then move 3 frets back, then you will get its relative minor. In this case, C, and 3 frets back. So see, this is a minor, C major. Okay, let's go back to our A minor again. So let's find out the first position. So first position would be A minor chord. This is the most popular form. It's also important to visualize the chord. We are dealing with A minor, so you see A minor is here. So the pentatonic scale is around that chord. Or you can also say that in any form, position of a scale, there is a chord hidden in it, right? So A minor is here, so scale is around that. Right? So as I said, it's always a good idea to visualize the chord. Then you will find out the scale around it. Okay, that was the first position, quickly. And let's move on to the second. So second, as we said, we started from here, second note was here, and now we start from here, from the second note, right? So this would be the second position or form of A minor pentatonic. C, D, E, G, A, C. Right? So as I said before, relative major, relative minor, in this form, see what chord shape you find out. See, there is a C major chord. Of course, now we are not thinking of this as C major, we are thinking of this as A minor, even though, of course, C is here, but C is now relative major of our main chord, which is A minor. So in a way, if you have a major chord, then try to find out its relative minor. And if you have minor, of course, try to find out its relative major. Then that will help you to visualize the fretboard. Of course, at the beginning, this might be a little bit confusing, but step by step, take one form, take one position, take one shape at a time, and practice that and try to visualize, right, the chords. Okay, now the third position, third form. Third form would be D note, which is the second of our second position. See? Now we start from the D note. D, E, G, A, C, D. And again. Here it is. Okay, now let's move on to the fourth shape, which would be from this note, E note, E, G, A, C, D, E, and repeat. And again, in this form, I see this A minor chord here. So this is the fourth form. And the last one, the fifth one. Fifth one, of course, now the G note. G here in the 15th fret. G, A, C, D, E, G. Now I get the octave. So this is the fifth form. This is a little bit high up here. The same position you can also play from here. G note, G note. So in this one, I would see a chord shape this C major. Again, C is the relative major of A minor. So or A minor. So those were the five positions or form of A minor pentatonic scale. The forms itself is not that difficult. You know, if you just spend half an hour each form, you will get it right away. It's not that difficult to learn each form. But the thing is to mix those forms when you improvise, not just staying in one position, but move from position to position and position to position, because that's how you cover the whole fretboard. Now you see, if we start from here, then you can go here, which is the first position. I started from the fifth position, which was here, but then I started from the lower octave. And then again from this, and from again here, and back to. You can even go here, which was the same as our first position, right? So that's the goal of this, learning pentatonic scale, is like you have to know all the position through the neck. So when you improvise, you can develop your solo, and just instead of being just in one position, which might be boring pretty soon. So you can add different colors and make your solo improvisation more better. After learning all those 5 different positions, one good way to practice is to have a drum beat or backing track, let's say in A minor, and just play those positions, up and down, of course, first. You don't need to be musical. I mean, be if you can, but the idea at the beginning is just to memorize the position and how to move smoothly, that the transition from one position to the another would be melodic and smooth. So, you can find plenty of backing tracks, drum beats in internet. So just play that and practice those scales. And of course, remember to try not only A minor, but other keys as well. So this much for today. Hope this was a useful video. And learn the pentatonic scale. It is a very powerful tool for improvisation. Like I said, rock, blues, all those rock solos, they are basically based on pentatonic scale. All those legendary solos. I did videos of 10 classic rock songs recently. And all those songs were completely based, or all those solos were completely based in pentatonic scale. So pentatonic scale is a very powerful tool for us. So practice the pentatonic scale with patience. And if you find this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And let me know in the comment box what topic you would want to learn next. Thank you. See you in the next one.